This is your typical run-of-the-mill blind box. Silly, boring, square. Well, today we're going to give it a massive upgrade, making the ultimate dessert blind box that you've never seen before. At the end, I'll be answering your juiciest questions in a Q&A to honor our 100,000 subscriber milestone, so stay tuned. Hi. So I don't know what kind of mood I was in, but I just wanted to make a blind box, but something a little bit different than what you would typically expect from a regular blind box. I want this blind box to be shaped in some sort of food. Honestly, I was inspired by one of your guys' comments, or actually multiple of your guys' comments. I've been trying to figure out how I can incorporate your ideas into my videos. So today I want to make an ultimate dessert blind box. So here's my inspiration. Right here. Oh, that looks so good. But this is what we're going to need. So down here we have white paper, scissors, tape, and then some paint. Yeah, in case I want to make any toppings on this dessert, I always have my Sharpie S-Note markers, and I also have my brush tip markers, which I'm too lazy to get right now, but I'll probably use them. Why do I have so many paints out displayed here? If you saw from the picture, you see that there's a bunch of brown chocolate dripping from the cake. If I use like a colored pencil or a marker, I'm gonna waste it real quick, which I don't want to do that. We're gonna have to color a large surface of this paper with brown. So I thought the most efficient way to do that while wasting as little supply as possible is to use paint. Now there's a couple of ways that we can make brown from these colors: red, orange, yellow, red or green. We could also do yellow and purple. Okay, so here's the thing. My orange paint is running out and I don't have any more of that. The best option, red and green, because anyways, enough yapping, let's just begin. I want this blind box to be a 2-tier cake, so I'm going to need 2 cylinders. First, I have my compass here and I'm going to draw some circles. Perfect. Totally did everything first try. Seriously, I hate when this compass doesn't go full 360. But anyways, we're going to cut this out. And since we're making cylinder boxes, we're going to need 2 of these, which I have prepped right here. Perfect. Leaving these 2 sad and lonely scraps of scrap paper that I might throw away soon.
Wait, please don't go.
You leave me no choice. You hate me.
No, I need you, I swear.
You betrayed me.
How could you? This is so stupid. Like, no, seriously, I'm going to use this later. This is for the bottom tier of the cake, and this is for the top tier of the cake. The top layer of each tier has brown chocolate dripping from the top. Long story short, I have to cover 2 of these in brown. So I brought my red and green paint. Before we actually begin painting, I think I should make the cake base first. So this will be the bottom tier of the cake, and then these smaller circles will form the second tier of the cake. So I made these strips in advance to make these 3D, and I'm going to do that using some scissors and tape. And here's what the cake blind box looks like in 3D. Let me just give you a little rundown of how I made it. So basically, I grabbed all of the pieces of paper I cut out. First, I took one of the narrow bands and attached a long piece of tape on one edge, and then cut some little slits along the tape. After that, I used the tape to attach the narrow band onto the circle piece. Once I reached the end, I just taped off the remaining open edges, and here we have our cover. Now, I need to make 2 of these because there's the top tier of the cake and the bottom tier of the cake. So I did exactly the same thing. I grabbed one of the narrow bands of paper, attached tape onto one side, cut some slits along the tape, and then folded the tape edges onto the circle to make a lid. Now for the actual box part, I'm basically doing the same thing, but I'm going to use the wider bands of paper. I'm too lazy to do it on camera, so I'm just gonna do this cool transition. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Even though it's paper, I
kind of want to eat it.
Does that make me weird? I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's actually been a month since I filmed the last clip, and that's because I actually just wanted to get a better mic instead of just using my phone mic. But anyways, here are the boxes if I haven't shown you in the previous clips. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to paint the tops of each layer with some brown, but unfortunately I don't have brown paint. I'm going to try and use red and green, because if you mix both, it should make a brown-ish color. Now as for supplies, oh my god, the caps of these definitely seen better days. Now for the tops of the cakes, I'm planning on using a sponge. I'm planning on also adding some drips along the side, and I'm just going to use this paintbrush. And then I'm going to mix everything in this. So let's scoot these boxes out of the way for now. Let's move these to the center so that we can mix our red and green. Pop this open. Oh my God, didn't have to deal with that later. I'm just gonna add some red, add a decent amount. Now let's add some green. Unfortunately, I don't have acrylic paint in green, so this is gonna be my next best option. Oh no, did I use all of the green during my month hiatus? This is kind of embarrassing. Gonna be some paint left over inside. Is this turning brown? I don't think this is turning brown anytime soon. Just give me a second. Update. It looks like marinara sauce. Dude, but actually, like, the thing is, the green paint wouldn't come out. I had to break open the paint bottle in half, like this. I really didn't want things to be messy, but it just did not want to come out. And I had to dilute it with some water so that it could become more runny. And I could dump it in here. But clearly, that is not brown. I'm gonna have to keep mixing. Come on, we can do this. Oh, update. Oh, I really did not want my table to get dirty, but I'm gonna have to deal with that later. But the thing is, this green would just not, I don't think there's enough in here. So the next best option was to use yellow and blue. This is what it's looking like. You know what this color is reminding me of? If you know Jelly Belly, you know they have some like really wacky flavors, and one of them is canned dog food. Don't try it. All that to say, this looks incredibly unappetizing. Come on, this has to work, right? The problem with the last color was that it was too blue, and what I did was that I added some orange. You know, I might as well add the whole rainbow to this paint because I feel like nothing's working. No, actually, I think the orange is working because this is looking like the brown that I wanted. Okay, finally, it's time for me to paint this freaking thing. Well, at least just the top of it. Wait, where's my other? Here it is. I'm just gonna paint the lid parts, so take those off, and then I'm just gonna put these to the side because I don't need these. Now I'm just gonna go in with my sponge and then just, oh no, where do I put this? My sponge inside, and then I'm just gonna do you see those blue spots? Did I not mix the paint enough? I'm really tempted to just pour the paint onto the lids. I'm afraid that it might, you know what do I have to lose? Yeah, what do I have to lose? I'm just gonna pour it on here. Pray that nothing bad happens. Okay, now let's use our sponge to just kind of, no, the tape is, don't come off tape. Trust me, this is harder than it looks. This is looking pretty good so far. Although the edges are not painted all the way. That's okay though. Even the sponge looks kinda want to eat the sponge. Pour some more paint, and then doing the same thing as the first cake layer. Okay, it's looking okay so far. I'm just gonna go in with coat number 2 because this and this, no good. I'm pouring the paint around the sides because that's my focus. Although this one's like dangerously close to the edge, so I'm gonna work on the bigger one first. Oh no, it's dripping on the side. Or, you know what? Maybe that's not entirely a bad thing because I'm gonna do that anyways. Let me know if you guys like this style of videos where I just kind of go impromptu instead of, you know, me doing a voiceover. Okay, let's get these sides as well. Better, it's not great. There's still some empty spots, but I'm just gonna fix that off camera after this. And then let's work on the smaller one. You guys definitely can't tell, but in my head, I'm praying to myself that I don't drop this. Absolutely a catastrophic failure if I do. Okay, oh, that thing fell over again. But I'm just gonna let this dry, and then if I do any extra coats, I'm just gonna come back when the tops are all painted well. Hello guys, so I'm back. These are not entirely dry yet, but at least I think they have all of the paint necessary for it to be fully covered. I thought it would be kind of a waste of time if I didn't just paint the drips already. So I'm going to use my paintbrush. I'm actually not going to use this side because I did use some fabric paint and paintbrushes do not go together well. This side will be easier to make the drips I want. So while I'm working on the drips, I'm going to start to answer some of the questions that you guys have frequently been asking me. The first question, what is your name? My full name is Renhan, but I just shorten it to Ren so that's easier to pronounce. Do you speak any other languages besides English? Besides English, I can speak Mandarin, Korean, and maybe a little bit of Taiwanese. I'm the most fluent in English. Congratulations on 100k subscribers. Do you get anything for reaching this milestone? Funny that you ask, because this finally came in the mail. Took several weeks, to be honest. I tried peeling the sticker, but I realized I could just use duct tape. Oh my goodness. You can pause and read this if you want. You could also read this as well. But anyways, here's the moment of truth. Oh, that's insane. I really want to be careful. That is... Whew. Oh, there's dust on it. Oopsie. But this has been such a crazy journey. Words cannot describe how thankful I am for you guys for letting me reach this huge milestone. And this is not an award just for me. This is for us. This is a collective effort. I made the videos, but you guys decided to show up. It really is all thanks to you guys. Maybe 2 years ago, I made like a 1K subscriber play button paper squishy. I never would have thought that this day would have come. But anyways, let's get back into your regularly scheduled program. So this is what I have so far. That took me way too long. Definitely took some shortcuts. I'll catch you guys back up once these are all dry. Now we're gonna start working on the cake decorations. I'm gonna bring in my colored pencils and I'm just gonna begin drawing. Now back to the Q&A. Where are you from? I'm from the United States. What is your favorite color? I did answer this in my previous Q&A. You can go check that out. But my favorite color is actually green. It has always been green. I don't know why I named this channel the way it was. Do you like K-pop? If so, who is your favorite group? Yes, I actually do like K-pop. I don't really go to concerts or buy merch or stuff like that. I just kind of listen to the music. My favorite group has always been G-Friend. Rough is one of my favorite songs of all time. Anyways, here are all of the colored decorations. Now I'm just gonna cut them out real quick. Neat transition, right? Update, here are my finished cake tops. Now what I'm gonna do with this is that I'm going to glue this small cake layer on top onto the lid of the top cake layer with some Elmer's school glue, and then I'm gonna go in with my decorations. For these to stick onto the cake, I'm going to use some white fabric paint. Several weeks later, am I ever gonna get this thing done? As you can see, I actually got a new mat. The last thing I need to do for this is to make some items for these layers. Now for the bottom one, I want to honor one of your guys' requests that many of you have been bombarding me with. There's only been one idea that a lot of people have requested over and over again, and that's a dragon puppet. I'm not the most well-versed in the anatomy of dragons. I'm going to make it for you guys. The only dragon I could think of making is Toothless from How to Train a Dragon. Okay, so I did some research beforehand and I'm actually going to follow a tutorial from this person right here. They said that we're going to use some tape, scissors, and then some paper, and then also some white paper in case. Well, I guess also a pencil, but since this is black paper, the only way I could see the traces is with a white pen. First it says to fold this paper 3 to 4 times. Okay, maybe 4 times. After that, it says that we have to tape folds together, even though it just unfolded in front of your eyes. Cut this in half so that it saves some tape. I'm gonna tape it here and then in the middle. Okay, so here's one. I absolutely need to make 2 of these. I'm going to trim this one down, like maybe about here. Oh, this might be a little bit big. Hold on. Yeah, that's a little bit too large. Let's make this one the longer one, and then let's make this one a little bit shorter. Now let's fold this in half. Now it says to measure this in respective to my hand. I think this is a good size. We have to trace it onto a piece of paper. Now it says we have to tape this. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I have to do this twice because I need to do it for the bottom part too. Hold on. So here's what I have so far. I'm gonna do the same thing for the smaller bit. And here is the dragon puppet base. I just wanna go up to somebody's hand and just... Time to make our design now. Toothless is kind of flat, no offense to Toothless, but I need to add some paper to the sides. So I have my paper here and I'm going to fold this in half because I need to make duplicates. And with my white pen, I'm going to go ahead and draw Toothless. Make sure the proportions are decently accurate. I apologize to the How to Train Your Dragon fans. That kind of looks like Toothless, right? Okay, now I'm gonna cut this out. I didn't cut exactly along the line because I had to make some adjustments as I went along. I'm going to flip this over so that you can't see the white part. But you know, I'm going to cut out the mouthpieces. It's a very risky move. I'm going to tape each piece onto the sides of the puppet. And here is what I have so far. The sides are looking a little bit unsightly. The last thing we need to do is to draw the eyes and then the nose. For the eyes, I'm going to go in with this color. This alone is not going to show up very well. I'm going to go in with a white base first. While it's drying, I'm going to go in with the nose. Okay, hopefully the white is white enough so that I could go in with my green. Okay, and here is my toothless dragon puppet. It looks very simple, but I actually like this a lot. Alright guys, so I'm back here with my cake. This is obviously going to... Why does it look like that? This is obviously gonna go in the bottom one, but on the top layer, I've actually made this off camera. I mean, this is nothing remarkable, but you could just put it on top here, just like that. You know, nothing special, but it means a lot to me. First, we need to figure out how to put everything inside. Okay, so this is how much room we have. We're going to have to bend these in order to fit inside here. I mean, if I make a bag for this, I don't think it'll be able to fit inside, so I decided to bring out these, which are basically heart-shaped pieces of styrofoam. So let's put the lid back on. Let's take this off. And then finally, we can drop in this topper. And then we can close off the lid. And here is our completed cake blind box. Or maybe I should put the topper on. Give me a second. Do you prefer pretzels or bagels? How could you make me choose between a bread derivative and another bread derivative? But if I had to choose, I think I would choose pretzels. Both the baked version and the snack version. Okay, this question is a big one. When are you going to collab? Are you going to collab with people? Collab with this person? Collab with A? Collab with B? Collab with C? I do see your comments. I appreciate your feedback. I think what a lot of people underestimate about collabs in general is how much effort actually goes into planning everything out. It's not like I could just ask a random person, hey, can I collab with you? And then they'll accept. And then we could just film the video right away. Everybody is kind of on their own schedule. Honestly, I don't know if I want to do a collab right now. If I were to actually collab with someone down the road, I would like to have a pre-existing like good relationship with them, like a good friendship. Even if we're not friends, at least like a little vibe check. I would never want to put somebody in an uncomfortable position. I'm not ready to shut down the possibility of it, but yeah, maybe sometime further down the line. What got you in the papercrafts, blind boxes, and blind bags? I was always into arts and crafts ever since I was little, so it just felt natural. Like considering starting a YouTube channel, I was going to do something in that niche. And around the time I joined YouTube, DIY blind boxes were super popular around the time. I mean, it still is decently popular, but something about making your own blind boxes it just unleashes a whole new creative world. Do you still have any blind bags from a long time ago? Yes, I actually do. I mean, most of them are open, but I keep the blind bag covers in a plastic bag tucked away in a drawer. I think I've shown you guys that collection maybe... I think it was that blind bag door video. Do you hate people secretly in your mind? Like a lot of people would say, I think hate is a pretty strong word. Obviously, there's going to be people that we just don't get along with, and that's perfectly fine. Are you more of an introvert or extrovert? I don't know if I come off as an extrovert in my videos. Maybe it's because of my editing style, but I can 100%, 1000% guarantee you I'm an introvert for sure. Oh, I just noticed you guys can see Snoopy from the back of my bed. Say hi, Snoopy. He's not in the mood today. Are you in a relationship? We're getting into the personal stuff now. No. When are you going to do the blind bag hotel skit? Holding me accountable like you guys should be. I did say I was going to make a blind bag hotel skit. That was over a year ago since I last mentioned anything about that. No, you guys did not know this, but when I was filming the blind bag shop video, I had to take down everything from my bookshelf, my drawers, everything down and move it to one side of the room. The setup was like several hours, and when I was filming, that took another several hours. Really exhausting to film that. I just don't have the space to film skits. Did you originally have an idea for content and not do it? If not, what was it? That is a very good question. So the thing is, I actually did film a couple of videos that I never really released out into the public because I didn't feel like they deserved to be its own dedicated video. But I still have those clips. Let me know if you guys would want to see me react to those unreleased clips. Okay, so I answered a lot of questions, and this is everything all together. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Once again, thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what kind of content you would like to see in the future, and I'll see you guys later. Meepyblues out.